Hey guys, I'm Ben, and this video I'm gonna be going over some of the cool stuff that I got in the mail this week as I begin the process of training for another ultra marathon. It has been 11 years since my last ultra marathon, so it's been a while, and I'm in the very early stages of getting back into putting in the miles and doing the work that needs to be done to be ready for another ultra. So I'm really excited, and especially excited to have some of this new gear, and I'm planning on going for a long run in the morning, one of my first long runs of this journey, and excited about some of the gear that I got in. So gonna give you just some of my initial thoughts and reactions to what I have, and some of the things that I'm gonna be trying out tomorrow and over the course of the next few weeks. So some of the things I'll be going over in this video, first is the Osprey Duo 15 hydration pack. Also, I have the Tailwind Nutrition Endurance Fuel. I also have the Squirrels Nut Butter Anti-Chafe Salve. And then lastly, I have the Physics Gear Sport Compression Socks. So I got all this stuff from Amazon this week. It's all relatively affordable, and I'll put the links in the description box for you guys. The Squirrels Nut Butter is pretty self-explanatory, anti-chafing. So looking forward to seeing how that works. It gets good reviews from what I've read online, and definitely need to have something for that. And so gonna be giving that a try tomorrow on my long run. As far as nutrition goes, I've heard a lot about Tailwind. It's been around for a while. I know people love the Tailwind, so I'm looking forward to trying this. From what I've learned online, from what I've seen in other people's videos, everybody's body reacts differently on long runs. Some people like to eat regular foods, sandwiches and bars and things like that. Other people prefer the gels and the blocks and things like that. Tailwind is strictly liquid, so this is a powder that you mix in with water, and it provides calories and electrolytes and the energy that you need for long runs, the fuel that you need for long runs. So looking forward to trying that. Some of these have caffeine in them and some of them don't. Some of them are flavored. And one of them is not. It's just it's called Naked, and so I guess if you just want the taste of water, you mix that in with your water, and there's no flavor at all. But I bought the stick packs. It comes, in multiple different forms. You can get the big tubs of it, but at this stage of my training, I'm still experimenting with what works best for me. So I didn't want to get a huge tub of stuff that I may or may not like. So I got some stick packs and several different flavors. I think on Amazon it came in a pack of 7 with a variety of flavors, and so looking forward to trying out a few of these and see how my body reacts to that. It says on here 200 calories, and it says, this is the part I was looking for: complete fuel, no gut bombs, tasty all day. The gut bombs is what I'm worried about. Back years ago when I was doing more distance running and triathlons and things, when I would do the goos and the gels, the gut bombs were always a problem for me. So I tended to avoid those. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this works. This will be a first for me tomorrow morning. The socks, the compression socks. I've never worn compression socks before. And I gotta be honest, I was a little bit surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been. I was surprised at how tight they were. Being compression socks, I suppose they're supposed to be tight. But I have a size 14 foot, which is a big foot. These are made for, up to size 14. But they were very tight, hard to get on. Obviously, I haven't worn them on a run yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they feel on a long run and how my feet react to that. But yeah, they don't have a whole lot of stretch, a whole lot of give, and I don't know. I think I kind of liked the snugness that I felt once I finally did get them on. They were nice and snug, but we'll see. Like I said, I've never worn a compression sock before. So looking forward to trying that out. All right, lastly, the Osprey Duo 15 hydration pack. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, in my first ultra and all the other long distance races I've ever done, I've never used a hydration pack. And so I've always told myself that if I ever got back into training, I wanted to very early on in the process get a hydration pack and wear it for as much of the training as I possibly can, even on my shorter runs, just so I can get used to carrying it around. This one has the 2.5 liter bladder, and for me, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4". Right now I'm 250 pounds. And so that was a major concern of mine in looking at all the packs online, is it gonna be big enough? Is it gonna fit me? And this one seems to fit fine. Again, I'm gonna post a follow-up after my run tomorrow and let you know how it goes, but I'll put it on here in a minute and you can see how it fits. But before I do that, one of the things I liked about this pack is that it's got a lot of storage, so that when I am going on the long runs, I have place to put my phone, I have place to put my ID if I want to, or any sort of fuel that I might be bringing, if I'm gonna bring a bar or even a banana or something like that. Every time I pick up this pack, I find a new pocket. So it's got several zip pockets, and this part comes back. You can put stuff here in the back, and more pockets on the other side, pockets on the shoulders, zip pockets. It's not waterproof, meaning that like if you have something you want to keep dry and you're running in the rain, it's not going to stay dry inside. But I didn't see that as a big negative necessarily, because if I do want to keep like a dry shirt or a dry pair of socks or something in the pack on a long run, I can just put them in a Ziploc bag and then achieve the water tightness that is lacking in the pack. But again, more, I don't know if you can see this, but more zipper pouches, pockets on the waistband as well. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, before I put it on, I wanted to show you the bladder. So it's even got this great big pouch here that you can really put a significant amount of stuff if you're wanting to carry an extra set of clothes or anything like that, which, you know, I probably won't be doing, at least not immediately on my long runs. I say long run, it's probably going to be between 18 and 20 miles. So for something like that, I don't need to really pack an overnight bag or anything, but I do like having the option to have more storage if I need it. So as far as the bladder goes, as I said, I got the 2.5 liter bladder, and I was a little bit intimidated by it when I first opened it up. It clips in real easily, and you can just remove it, unclip it. You can also, it's got a quick release tab for the mouthpiece, so you can take it out to fill it. I was scared to open it. It didn't come with any instructions or anything. And so I figured out that you just slide this off. But even then, you have to rip this part open. And the first time I opened it, it was very tight, and I didn't want to do any irreparable damage to the bladder, rendering it useless. So I was a little bit nervous. Finally, I found a video showing how to do it and got up the nerve to just rip it apart. And I did, and I didn't do any damage, so I'm good. But easy to fill. This is a little carrying handle for when you're filling and whatnot. And then you just fold it back over, put the clamp back in place. You can run the tube to the right or to the left if you have a preference. I'm not sure whether or not I have a preference yet. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Put it back in, clip it back in with the clip. So you run the clip through the middle part there, clip it in, and then don't forget to hook up the mouthpiece. Just clips right back into place. And you're good to go. So, being a big guy, like I said, I was concerned about how it was gonna fit. And like I said, I was really pleasantly surprised with the feel of it and the fit. I actually have plenty of room. These little front clips just push in and snap across the front. And then one feature that I really like is the magnet. It's got a magnet on the mouthpiece, and that clips right there in front. So you're running, you need a drink, you take a drink, and it clips right in front. Also, there's a locking mechanism on the valve, so you just twist to open and close the valve when you're ready for a drink. So as you see, it's got the waist straps here and plenty of room for guys that are even bigger than I am. At least 6 inches here, and I can, I'm gonna be cinching this down pretty tight on the run. And then same thing here with these chest straps. I want them pretty tight as I'm running because I don't want a lot of bouncing with the pack. But lots of room for even a guy my size. Like I said, I'm 6'4", 250, and I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all. More pouches up front to keep stuff. Like I said, I keep finding more and more pouches, so I love that. Lots of places to keep things. The straps come off real easy. You just pull on the white tab, comes off, and that's about it. Looking forward to the long run in the morning, and when I get back, I'll post another video and let you know how it goes. All right, so I just got back from my first long run. Sorry about the bad lighting. But as promised, I was gonna give you my opinions on the pack, and overall, I loved it. I mean, I really don't have anything else to compare it to. This is the first pack I've ever run with, but I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I had concerns going in, mainly just the thought of having the pack on my back and for that long. I ran 20 miles in a little over 4 hours, so I didn't break any speed records or anything, but got to 20 miles and didn't have any issues. One of the concerns I had with the pack was the magnet. It's got the magnet for the mouthpiece, the bite valve, which I think is a great idea, but when I first put it on last night, I was concerned that the strap covers up the other side of the magnet, so I thought that I'd have to be fumbling around to try and find it a lot. But as you can see, after several times of practicing, it's not a problem. It's not an issue. I mean, if you want to find something to complain about, you can, but like I said, after a few times of just naturally doing it on the course of my run, I got the hang of it and it was fine. I also used the Tailwind nutrition sticks and loved that as well. No gut bombs as advertised. I did that at the halfway point. I took one of those with a big bottle of water, and definitely performed better in the second half of the run than I expected. Looking back, I probably need more nutrition on a run of that length. I felt like the last 3 miles or so, I could have used something more in my body as fuel. but I don't think that's any shortcoming of the Tailwind. I think that I'm just a big guy and burn through a lot of fuel on such a long run. But definitely loved the Tailwind, tasted great, and like I said, no bubbling in my belly or any kind of cramping or anything like that, but did see an immediate uptick in my just overall energy on the second half of the run. So that was great. Also used the squirrel nut butter, and no issues without going into too much detail. I think it worked great, so probably continue using that for my future long runs. Something else that I really liked about the vest is these front pockets. I was able to put my phone right here, and I was concerned that it might come out. And so, you know, if you have that concern, it'll fit in this deeper pocket and go all the way in, but then if you need it, it's a little bit harder to fish out. So, but I kept it right here in the front pocket the whole time, and loved it. I usually run with one of those armbands and my phone on the armband, but that gets uncomfortable over time. And so I definitely enjoyed not having to wear the armband and being able to just have my phone right here, quick access if I wanted to check the GPS or whatever else I was doing with my phone, change what podcast I was listening to or music and whatnot. It was accessible and right there, and it was secure. There was a couple of times that I had to cross over a busy highway on my run this morning, and in doing so, to avoid traffic, had to run at pretty much a sprint, and nothing didn't come out, didn't move, very secure. So overall happy with that. And then that's it. As you see, just pull the white tabs, unstrap, and you're out. So I loved it.